Hi. Tonight we're going to make Texas caviar. It's sort of like a salsa, and you could serve it at your Super Bowl party. So it's pretty easy. It just has probably 6 ingredients in it. It tastes great. You make it the night before, okay? And let me just go over what's in it. We're going to use some black-eyed peas. Right out of the can, you need to drain them because they've got some cookie stuff in there. Zesty Italian Dressing. Doesn't matter what kind. It could be the light kind, but not the fat-free because it doesn't have enough flavor in it. You want to use Ro-Tel, cilantro and lime tomatoes. And you want to use Shoepeg Corn. Shoepeg Corn, Green Giant makes it. It's white, very sweet corn. It's not easy to find, but it does make the difference. So you need to try to find that kind, okay? So we're just going to throw it together. You're going to throw the corn in there. I already drained it. The Ro-Tel tomatoes, you're just going to stick those in there. Here's the black-eyed peas. Those go in there. It's really yummy. You could use it with tortilla chips. You could put it over chicken. You could use it a lot of different ways. That's just going to get mixed up in a second. In the meantime, you want to cut some of these vegetables up. You want to cut the end off because you don't need it. You could use either part of it. This is the green onions. This would be scallions. So you could use either side of it. The green onions are what we're after today. Just use a sharp knife. Or you could go to the next plan, which is going to be a food chopper. So you just chop all that up. Grab a food chopper if you have one. If not, you could just cut it with a knife, and you could cut it rather quick. You just want a really rough cut. That's just going to go in the bowl. The next thing that we're going to put in there is a red pepper, okay? This is a sweet pepper, it's not a hot pepper. So you're going to cut the top off. And you could use these kind of peppers when you could stuff them to make stuffed peppers or whatever. Just want to get rid of the inside of them. And get rid of the seeds. I'm going to cut that in half. Half again, half again. A good knife is another tool that really helps out. I'm going to chop this too. Okay, you're going to throw that in your mixture. So it's probably about a half one. You could use a little bit less. Okay. Then the last thing that you're going to put in before you put the salad dressing in is going to be cilantro. Okay. Cilantro is in a lot of Mexican dishes. It's just a parsley of sorts. Okay. We rinsed it. You really only want to use the leaves of it. If you get down to the root of it, it's very bitter, and it kind of, some people use a little bit of the root of it if they're using it in salsa and they just want to tone it down a little bit. So we're just going to use a little bit of that. It's already all washed. And we're going to chop this as well. And it smells very strong when you chop it up with a knife. Chelsea's choking. You could also use dried cilantro, but it just doesn't have as much flavor. Okay, that's going to go in there. Okay, so here's your mixture. You have corn, Ro-Tel tomatoes, you have black-eyed peas, you have red peppers, you have the cilantro and green onions. You're going to take Italian dressing. Okay, and you're just going to use, oh, I don't even know how, and we'll have the recipe over there, or over there, one side or the other. And we're just going to use, it says probably 4 ounces, so this is probably a 12-ounce bottle. The Kraft kind's good, and as I said before, just don't use the fat-free stuff because it just doesn't cut it. Then you're just going to mix that together. And this is going to sit overnight, and it just kind of, it'll marry all the flavors together. Oh. But you just want to give it a stir tomorrow at some point during the day. You want to cover it and keep it in the refrigerator. You want to give it a stir sometime tomorrow. You could use it with tortilla chips. You could use it with pita chips. You could throw it over top of chicken. It's real versatile. You could do a lot of things with it. It lasts in the fridge a couple of days. You could throw a little bit of, if you like it a little bit hotter, you could put a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. Salt and pepper if you like. I think it's It's got enough salt in it with the Zesty Italian Dressing. You don't want it drowning, but you do want it really pretty wet because it soaks it up and it's really yummy. So that's all for tonight, and we'll see you guys again soon. Go Cardinals.